Well, that didn't take very long at all, did it? And a good thing, too. In case you missed it, Operation Poke the Bear was a big success. CAMDROME, the subject of our previous Case Files and Dark Arcade video, woke up in a major way on June 9th, interacting with users and experiencing an absolute torrent of contact on Twitter. And just as expected from something as unique as this project, CAMDROME kicked off events in a very special way. After we opened up the floodgates on Twitter, one of our viewers, Scott the Reciter, also known as the Goon on YouTube, sent a few tweets during the afternoon of June 8th to CAMDROME, adding to our community efforts. The next day, right around 1:40 p.m. Eastern Time, 10:40 a.m. Pacific, Scott was alerted by a Twitter notification that the official CAMDROME account had liked both of his tweets. He replied back with a confirmation message near immediately at 1:39 p.m. to see if CAMDROME would respond, and it did. CAMDROME liked the tweet 5 minutes later, and Scott has a screen cap of the notification taken 8 seconds after CAMDROME's response. Understanding the nature of the game, Scott fired up a livestream to capture any following events, but sent out another confirmation tweet at 1:49 p.m. We actually see the notification appear right on his desktop of CAMDROME liking it as a response, only about a minute after tweeting it out. From here began the first real sort of conversations between CAMDROME and a viewer since last year, and the replies came from a very different kind of Twitter source, the biography section, directly underneath the profile picture. CAMDROME had announced it was awake by declaring a traditional programming test statement, "Hello, world. I could just tell you that it wasn't like that before, but I actually have the image and can confirm that it used to be blank." The Goon's first livestream message to CAMDROME was a link to the stream itself and the following question, "I'm watching you. Are you watching me?" Moments later, a confirmation came from the biography spot. "I can see you." At the same time Scott began talking to CAMDROME, he was made aware by viewers in the stream that it was actively liking other tweets that had been sent to it. The Goon was guiding a personal conversation, but CAMDROME was making sure everyone else knew it was wide awake. The conversation was short, but exciting. Scott followed up the declaration of reactivation by asking what CAMDROME wanted him to see. "Answers," it replied. Scott asked where the answers could be found, and was told, "In our heart." "Then show me your heart," the Goon said. CAMDROME ignored the biography box and instead gave the tweet a confirmation like, much less of an answer and a lot more like a tease, or a promise. At a loss for how to follow up to that kind of reply, the Goon remembered that CAMDROME had originally selected 11 executioners upon startup of its campaign, each of them assigned a number. "Do I have a number?" he asked. Again, CAMDROME liked the tweet for confirmation and then delivered a demand in the biography space. "Ask." Scott asked if he can have a number, seeing if it would actually reply back using standard Twitter formatting. No luck. Another confirmation like instead. He tried once more, asking, "What are you?" and received no answer, not even a like to acknowledge it. "CAMDROME?" he asked, and got back a like. The system was still there. It just wasn't going to answer the previous tweet. Immediately after this, CAMDROME revealed it was busy looking through the Goon's entire Twitter history because it placed a like on a tweet all the way back in March. 3 question marks. A few more questions came from Scott, none of them answered in any way. CAMDROME started to show it wasn't happy at being misunderstood. It changed the biography space from one command to be asked questions to dozens of them, and later made its background reflect that attitude. By that time, users all over Twitter had been made aware that CAMDROME was very much alive, and people were receiving some kind of communication. It was figured out very quickly after the banner change that CAMDROME was operating on a binary yes or no question system. You had to ask a yes or no question. The response for yes was CAMDROME liking the tweet, and the response for no was CAMDROME ignoring it. The flood coming in was enormous. Hundreds of tweets from hundreds of accounts, all coming at once to interact with the newly woken mobster. If you go through all 600 or so of those tweets, you can see which questions were given affirmative answers. I'll go ahead and spoil what people really want to know right now. Does it seem like we'll be seeing CAMDROME in a physical form sometime soon, and will it start really communicating again? Yes, it definitely seems like it, judging from how many positive answers it gave to inquiries of that nature. Response was so incredibly strong that it became overpowering. Literally overpowering. Right around 3:45 p.m. Eastern Time, the entire Twitter account crashed. CAMDROME was offline, leaving behind only one clue left to examine, an image reflected in the profile picture and banner. The text is from an old Windows operating system screen saying, "It's now safe to turn off your computer." No activity has occurred beyond this point. All it took between the launch of the previous video about CAMDROME and its reawakening was a day and a half. That's all it took. A day and a half. You guys are incredible. Let it never be said that this community can't get the job done when it's time to rally. I'd also like to extend some congratulations to the group that's formed the new subreddit for CAMDROME. They've already made progress beyond what was originally known. Do you guys remember the odd amount of files listed in the script for the CAMDROME videos played at PAX? Back when this was first being studied, those who got a look at them were baffled at the file size numbers and the overall presentation of them. It turns out this was entirely on purpose. The files are a letter number cipher spelling out a quote from Charles Manson that reads, "Believe me, if I started murdering, there'd be none of you left." I was so blown away by this discovery, I had to try decoding it for myself, and it works. It's even attributed to Charles Manson in the script. A few of the number strings do seem to be red herrings, but using the code from top to bottom gives you the same exact result found on Reddit. In all, you guys did fantastic, from the Goon on YouTube to everyone on Twitter and to the new subreddit that has already made progress in the investigation. CAMDROME lives. We woke it up, and it's made itself clear that this game is far from over. I'll have links in the video description to the new subreddit and the YouTube account for the Goon. Once again everyone, excellent work. CAMDROME may be down for maintenance, but the signs of life shown are very positive. Thanks for showing how awesome you guys can be at making things happen, and for joining me in the dark this evening for an update. Once more, I'm Nick Nocturne, and just like CAMDROME, I'll be seeing you again real soon. Sleep tight.